The Commentary Booth is a show for media lovers by media lovers just like you. If you want to support the show, go to jamieappsmedia.com. Welcome to the Commentary Booth, the ultimate weekly entertainment recap and review show. My name is Jamie Apps, and each week I'll be joined by a rotating cast of co-hosts to run you through the entertainment media we've consumed during the week. Along the way, we'll provide you with insightful commentary and reviews. This week I'm joined by a DJ and music marketing executive at Tag Live, who lists his favourite movie as Donnie Darko and favourite TV show as Seinfeld. Welcome back to the show, Jaxon Carr.
Thanks for having me again. Good to be back.
How's things going?
Yeah, good, man. Just I started my 10th dry July this month, so getting back into a healthy lifestyle again. I walked, believe it or not, 23 k's today, and just I have a lot more spare time rather than being hungover in bed. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Got to head out and watch a couple of mates play soccer yesterday, which was nice.
Oh, did they win?
They did, thankfully.
Nice. Got
chilly, though, once the sun went down.
Yeah, I'm quite a winter person, so I've been enjoying these nights when it's cold.
How's the legs holding up after that?
They're fine now, but I know they'll hurt tomorrow. I've got a foam roller, which I've been using because I've started running again. I've had like a month or a month and a half off, so that's kind of helping, but I'm probably in a world of pain tomorrow. I walked from Alexandria to Coogee, and then I did Coogee to Bondi, and then back again. So it's up and down some hills, and it was nice. It was a great day, and it was all done by 12:15. So
that's too far. That's too much walking.
When I finished, I saw it was 23 k's. I was like, oh my god, what have I done? So
yeah, have fun tomorrow. I hope you don't have to go up any stairs or anything at work.
No, I work from home, so I'll just crawl from my bed to my desk, and I'll be good to go. So yeah, I'm fine.
And you said 10th dry July, 10th in a row, or just 10th in general?
10th in a row, yeah. So I started 10 years ago, didn't think I could do it. I lost all this weight, and I've just kept on doing it and since. And yeah, I actually can't believe it's been a decade. Like, I was looking back today on my walk because obviously I had a lot of spare time to think, and I was like thinking of everything I've achieved, and I was quite proud of it. I don't think I'll ever drink in July again. So 1 month of the year where I have this willpower to not drink, it's good.
Yeah, it gives you that good excuse to sort of detox, I guess.
Yeah, I just start eating healthy, I lose weight and stuff. It's just it's a bad cycle that I do, but at least I have this month off, so I enjoy it.
So since you're probably going to be laid up for the next week, have you been checking anything out that you recommend?
Yeah, I stumbled across this show on Stan called Love Life with Anna Kendrick. It's a rom-com TV show. I quite enjoy a rom-com every now and then, like a movie. So it's nice to see a TV show, and it basically follows Anna Kendrick as the lead character named Darby, and it's basically the premise of the show is each season follows a different person from their first romance until their last romance. So as everyone has dated in their life, it just goes. There was 10 episodes, and it just goes through the stages of different people she dated and stuff, and where she went to her last relationship. And it was quite nice, easy watch. Each episode was about half an hour, up to 35 minutes, and some of the episodes are a bit emotional, but I'm just a really easy show to watch, and I'm very happy I stumbled across it. It's a very, very nice watch.
Something positive, I guess, when there's a lot of negativity happening around us.
Yeah, it was nice just to be distracted from everything going on in the world and just watching a love journey, I guess. Everyone's really had their ups and downs in relationships and their heartbreaks and stuff, so it's interesting to see like another perspective of it and just see them from the first to last. And each episode was pretty much a different partner or a different love interest, and then as things kept on going along, you kind of could see what was going to happen at the end, and there was a little twist and stuff, but it was lovely little show. So it was also great because it was set in New York, and that's one of my favourite cities in the world. So not being able to travel, I think the only travelling we're doing at the moment is by watching stuff. So just great to see all those landmarks and just New York life, as it were, I guess.
And I imagine there's lots of moments that you sort of take out of it, like, oh yeah, that's something I've done or experienced.
Yeah, yep. Oh, yeah. I've done this, and like when she obviously there's going to be breakups in it, and like just as she rebounds and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I've done that, or yeah, I've done that, or I've had friends do that. So it's a nice way to look at yourself as well, I guess, and relationships you've been in, and kind of think of what you've done wrong. And I actually found out when I was doing research for this episode with you, each episode was written by a different writer. So there was a lot of different directors. So I guess the writers may have been writing about, I guess, an experience they had with the partner with changing some stuff. So that was something else that was quite interesting with it as well.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. It doesn't rely on one person's idea of love or dating.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then at the end, two of the writers combined for the final episode. So, yeah, it was a great little show. So, yeah. And it was all out in one go on Stan, or I thought it was because I just randomly saw it. I logged in and, yeah, I got with Telstra 6 months of Stan for free, so I'm going to be watching a lot of Stan content. So I'm sure in the next episode there'll be other stuff I'll be talking about from Stan as well.
Yeah, nice. It's always good when you stumble across something random like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, for me, the biggest one this week has been, on your recommendation, Dark.
Oh, here we go. Yes, I'm into this.
So I've only managed to get through one season, and I think I'm on the third episode of season 2.
Yeah.
Just because, holy hell, this show takes a lot of you have to really concentrate and pay attention on this show.
Oh, absolutely. You just think you know something and it changes. How have you found it? What's your thoughts on the first season?
Really good. Admittedly, it did take a little while to get into the show for me to sort of really enjoy it. But once you sort of work out where the time periods lay in relation to each other and who each character is within those various time periods, that's when it really sinks its hooks in, and you know what's happening on that deeper level. Yeah,
definitely. I also think the fact that it's in German kind of helps because you're paying even more attention because you don't want to miss anything. So season 3 came out and I actually finished it last weekend in 2 days. So I thought it was the perfect show. Literally, you may have to change your intro on this show to say, my favourite show of all time is Dark. It could be taking over Seinfeld. I'm tossing that up in my head. Put it that way.
Wow, that's a big call. Season 3 obviously lives up to the expectations then.
Yeah, it was perfect. I think what happened with it is they wrote all the 3 seasons together and pitched it to Netflix and were like, yo, this is what we want to do. And Netflix either were like, okay, I don't really understand what's happening, so we need to watch this, so make it, or they were like, this is amazing. And yeah, so it wasn't like they were writing as they were going. They had the full storyline out in front of them and they knew what was going to happen and just all tied together quite well. So
yeah, that makes sense. It always helps with something deep like this, that they have that overarching story that they know is what they need to get to.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any favourite characters or characters you might not like?
I know I'm probably not supposed to like Ulrich, but I really do.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like he's doing the right... He's trying to do the right things. The way he's going about it is probably not the best, but he is trying to save the kids.
Yeah, I guess we can see that it might not be, but in his world, he's just trying to do the best thing for his family and for the kids and stuff. So, yeah, I can see that. I personally really, really liked Noah, the priest. So, yeah, I've always just had a thing with, I'm literally looking at my desk right now and I've got all vinyl pops of Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. I always kind of like the bad guys and stuff. So I quite enjoy Noah as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. He only sort of comes into it towards the end of the season when you sort of start to realise who he is. But
yeah,
so the parts I've seen so far, he doesn't seem like the nicest human.
No, he's absolutely not. But once again, I feel with all these characters is everything they do that they feel that they're doing the right thing and it's for the greater good, which is something that you'll need to keep in mind as it goes further and further along. So everyone might be doing something and in their own eyes, they're like, yes, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing it for the greater good. But you'll see it all starts to get even more complicated. And just when you think you start to know stuff, without giving too much away, it's just a whole web of spaghetti.
But I think that's the best way to write a villain too. Like they shouldn't just be doing it because they're evil. They should be doing it because they honestly think it's the best thing for everybody.
Never thought of it like that, but absolutely yes, 100%. Rather than just writing like a bad person, agreed.
Like if you think about some of like the Batman villains, like the best ones are the ones that are doing it because they think this is the best way to move forward with society.
Yes, like in the recent Joker movie, and even during isolation, we were watching the old Batmans and like the Penguin and stuff. It definitely is. They're the villains that stand out to you, I guess, in movies are the ones that feel that they're doing something right and fighting for that greater good rather than just being like, I just want to kill people.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay, it's a new way to look on things, you know?
And what else did you check out this week?
There's something I'm going to get further down the line, which is bad, but continuing on my Stan journey, I noticed one of my favourite Australian television shows of the past couple of years is a show called Rake with Richard Roxburgh, where it follows the life of a defence attorney. And Stan finally got up season 5, which was the final season on it, and I missed it when it was, because it's an ABC show, sorry, and I missed it when it was first on the final season on ABC, and so I finished watching it, and I thought another great ending to a great show. It's the main character, Richard Roxburgh, plays a character called Rake, and it's based on the Sydney barrister Charles Waterstreet, who's quite a famous barrister as well. So that was a great little Aussie show. I like to just kind of watch Aussie shows when I can. There's 40 episodes across the 5 seasons of Rake, and yeah, it's just a good show. Just a little bit of a criminal show and with lawyers and stuff, and yeah, it was a good show. So I finally finished that as well. So
yeah, I think I've seen you tweet about that a bit.
Yeah, when it was first out, I was tweeting about it heaps, and then I think the final season was on like August or September last year, and I was just a bit busy, so I missed it. But yes, good to support Aussie movies and TV shows, and Richard Roxburgh is probably one of my favourite Aussie actors. I saw him in another movie called Breathe. He was more of a minor character, but that was a great movie as well. So to support Aussie homemade stuff, you know. So
does it have like, is it kind of procedural like SVU where each episode is a different case, or is it like an overarching story that runs throughout?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. So each episode is like an overarching case, and then there's something going on in Rake's life, and he's a bit of a dropkick, to be honest. Like, he's got a kid, got a coke addiction, he likes to sleep with sex workers in the first couple of seasons, so he doesn't really have his life together, but somehow, no matter how much chaos is going on outside of his professional life, he'll always get things together in the courtroom, and he's just this amazing defence attorney. So quite an interesting look at just seeing how people, I guess, on a deeper level, balance their career and their personal life. And I guess with everything going on in your personal life, if you can keep your career on track, I guess that's a positive. You can look at things. So, and there's a lot of famous actors throughout it that have cameos, like an episode like Sam Neill's in it, Hugo Weaving's in an episode. I'm sure there's more. Kate Blanchett's in it, and you can see that there's all these other Aussie actors that you might recognise, but might not know who they are. So, yeah,
nice.
That's another great show for me. I recommend.
I'd have to check that one out. Sounds like it might be something that I'm into. I really enjoy those sort of courtroom drama type shows.
Yeah, the first 4 seasons are on Netflix, and all 5 are on Stan. So if you're the type of person who only has one of the 2 big streaming services, you can still at least watch the first 4 seasons.
That's unusual that it's on both.
Yeah, I guess because Stan's an Aussie streaming service, they got it. But it first aired in 2010, and it finally finished up in 2018. So it's something that I was reading about it. They originally only wanted to do 3 seasons, and then they were done, but they got another one, and then they were going to be done, and then they got another one. So I don't know why it's across both, but I guess it's good to get Aussie TV out there. Maybe Netflix have a deal where they have to have X amount of Australian content as well.
That could be it. It could be that they need to have so much Australian content available.
And since the ABC, they can just push out who they want.
So then this morning I watched the musical Hamilton on Disney+.
I have seen a lot of tweets about that over the last 24 hours, and when it first came up, I thought something happened in Hamilton in New Zealand, so I have no idea what that is, so please, enlighten me.
So it's based on the Broadway play, and they've filmed like a couple of performances and cut them together as a film. It was recorded in 2016, it's only just now been released. It wasn't meant to come out until next year, but with everything happening, they've brought it forward. And it tells the story of America's first Treasury Secretary and one of the founding fathers, Alexander Hamilton.
Okay.
And it's divided into 2 acts. And in the first act, which is about 80 minutes, it covers Hamilton moving from the Caribbean to New York in 1776 and how he subsequently went through the ranks of the army under George Washington during the American Revolution.
Okay.
And then the second act follows his work as obviously the Treasury Secretary and then ultimately his death.
Okay. And it's a musical?
It's a musical in a different way. Like usually a stage musical is like really pop or opera focused.
Yep.
But this one is probably the first, if not the only one that I've seen that has incorporated hip hop, like rap battles.
Oh wow.
It's actually really something quite special.
Okay, and it's filmed so it's kind of like a Netflix stand-up special, but not like when they film live, but they've just filmed all this stuff and they've cut it all together, and it's okay. I've got it. Interesting. Worthwhile to watch.
Absolutely. Like it comes across as just like a regular stage show. Like you can't really tell where they've cut it.
Oh, cool.
It somehow manages to capture the energy and the specialness of being at a live theatre show and pushing that onto film.
Okay. Anyone of note in it?
No, not really. It was sort of people I hadn't really heard of, but just I'd heard of the stage show, and I'd heard it been getting like rave reviews when it was just a stage show. So when it dropped, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to check this out. Like I'm not a huge US history buff. Like I know the basics.
Yeah.
But this one is awesome. Like it's educational, but it's still like captivating, which is really a hard mix to get.
Yeah, definitely.
Really did a great job of sort of teaching me things I didn't know and blending a whole range of musical genres. And it cost Disney $75 million to get the rights, but I think it was totally worth it because I think it's going to be a big one.
Whoa. Yeah, well, yeah. Just seeing the explosion of tweets and stuff about it over the past 24 hours, I guess, probably getting bang for their buck, and the fact that they've moved it forward, perfect timing. So, I might have to. I've been looking to get Disney Plus, and I think this might have to be a reason. As much as I don't traditionally like musicals, I think you might have sold me on that. Just more for the educational side of things, and also the fact that it's a stage show rather than a movie. Yeah,
and like the incorporation of hip hop, like really took me back. Like I didn't expect it at all, and when it happened, I was like, okay, I'm into this. This is really cool. Okay,
the hip hop stuff. That's obviously as we have discussed previously, hip hop is my favourite genre. So you've pushed me over the line. I'm going to watch it over the next couple of weeks, and we can give my 2 cents when it's done. Because that sounds like it's good.
Yeah, even if you just like get a free trial, like it's absolutely worth the 2 and a bit hour commitment to watch it.
Yeah, of course. Because as I said, I don't like musicals a lot, and I did watch a musical recently with one of my favourite actors, and I couldn't even finish it.
Which one?
That new Eurovision movie with Will Ferrell.
Oh.
I cannot remember the last time I didn't watch a full movie, because my logic is if I'm committing to something, I have to watch it all. And I was like, okay, this is a musical. I watched my mum, and I was like, this is a musical. And she was like, oh, I love Will Ferrell. I love musicals. Let's watch it. just got to a point where she fell asleep, and I was like, "This is horrible." We turned it off. Like, I just did not like it at all.
Wow.
And Will Ferrell has a catalogue of hits, and this is just a flop. I think we got about halfway through it, and it just Dunzo just had enough. It had such big hype and such big promise, and not for me. But as I've said, I'm not a musical fan, so people could watch it. They like musicals and enjoy it, or like Eurovision and enjoy it. But they did a lot of research from what I've seen. That they went to a couple of Eurovisions over the years, and were trying to find the right storyline because I think they were commissioned for it. But yeah, it's a flop from me.
Yeah, that's pretty damning. Like, I've read elsewhere that it's not the greatest, but
yeah,
for you to not be able to even finish it that's a really bad sign.
Yeah, and as I said, Will Ferrell, one of my favourite comedy actors, but he couldn't even get me over the line. So, and Rachel McAdams is a great actress as well, and she was quite good in it, but it's just a bit much. I think all the costumes and the songs and the fact that they played these people from like an Icelandic fishing village, and I don't know, I just thought the timing might have been a bit off with people doing foreign accents and stuff, like Americans doing foreign accents and stuff, but yeah, a bunch of things just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. Like, if I'm going to sit down and watch a movie, I'm committing to it, even if it is bad, but for you to not even be able to finish it, that shows how bad it is, even if they were trying to capture the spirit of Eurovision, which is a bit wacky.
Yeah, and I watched it with my mother, and she loves Eurovision. When we were growing up, she took me to opera and the opera house and musicals and stuff, and even it was just too much for her. She was like, I can't do this. She's like, I'm just going to start making some food. And I was like, yeah, sweet, I'm done. So that's 2 no's from mother and I.
I will be skipping that one.
Yeah, save yourself some time.
If you want something else decent to watch, I'd recommend checking out Kristen Stewart's new movie, Underwater.
Okay.
A sci-fi horror movie that sort of echoed like Alien. But
okay.
If that makes any sense, but it was...
Yeah.
Rather than being set in space, it is set deep underwater in the Marianas Trench.
Oh, cool.
So it's like obviously space is one of those unexplored zones, but we also don't know a lot about what's deep underwater.
Very true. And you don't see a lot of underwater films either. So, yeah, that sounds... And as it came out this year?
Yeah. So it was... I think because of everything that happened, it was meant to come out... I think it came out in cinemas, but only like really briefly.
Yeah, okay.
And it's now available on... I watched it through Apple TV.
Yeah.
I think it cost me $8 to rent.
That's all right. Cheaper than going to the movies.
It was totally worth it. Like, it's... Yeah, just follows this underwater research drilling company. And if you're going to sit down and watch it, though, when you hit play, be prepared to focus immediately, because it doesn't wait to kick off the action. It's...
yes.
They're in this rig, and all of a sudden it starts to buckle under the pressure, and we're off and running from there.
What lockdown has taught me is I really enjoy the movies and the shows that just you need your full attention to. Just putting my phone... I watch my shows like Love Life, where you can watch it and still be on your phone, but shows like Dark and like Parasite, and then what you're saying with this, I just love movies. As bad as it sounds, but it just seems like we're in this world now where we're so entrenched on our little screens. I just want to look at my big screen and just focus on a movie, and this sounds, awesome. I'm just looking up on Wikipedia, and TJ Miller, I really like him. He's a great actor as well, and this looks like a type of movie I think I'm going to have to get into. Especially with all my spare time not at the pub.
Yeah, since you've got all that time now that you're not going out. But yeah, it's like it starts off as like, okay, they're in this disaster movie where this research facility is just buckling under the pressure, but then as it goes on, there's something a little bit more sinister at play, which is a really cool way to bring in the terror.
Yeah, okay.
Like, obviously it's scary enough being that deep underwater, but
yeah,
watching it really made me think Alien, the movie, but
underwater.
Occasionally it can be a bit hard to sort of see what's happening just because of the way it's filmed, and like it's pretty murky and dark, but if you focus enough, it's fine. And still manages to get across the tension that it's trying to build the whole time.
Cool. It looks like it only goes for about 90 minutes as well, so it's just one shorter type of movie where you're just all in and then you just need to compose yourself afterwards.
Yeah, it's definitely a simple, like, to the point. It doesn't try and frame the story around some sort of big cultural or societal message, but it's just a nice, fun, enjoyable horror sci-fi movie.
Yeah, cool. Okay. You've sold it to me. Something else. Got some movies to be watching. That's going to interrupt my I started watching a show. It's quite old, but people have not quite old, a few years old. Peaky Blinders.
Yep.
The British show set in Birmingham in the 1920s. Started watching that a couple of weeks ago, and it's a bit of a slow watch. So I've only done 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons, but I've really been enjoying it. Sam Neill is in it, and he plays an Irish person, and he's really good. And I know Idris Elba's coming up in it as well, and Tom Hardy's in it as well in season 2. So this is a good show that I've been watching. Just as each episode goes for an hour. Gangsters in the 1920s and run like illegal bookies, and they obviously do gangster stuff. And yeah, it's a show that has lived. It might be slow, but it's a show that has lived up to the hype. And you watch an episode, and then we're building, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go to bed now. And then something happens, you're like, oh, here we go. Got to watch another one.
You get stuck watching 3 or 4.
Yeah, so I just do it in blocks, but that's another show that's on Netflix, and it's caught my eye as well over the last couple of weeks. It's taken me. It's something I've wanted to watch for about 6 months, and finally got the time now. So, it's a good watch. And I love what they wear as well. It makes me want to move my fashion style to wear more suits, and I've got all these like British haircuts. I think I want to get a haircut. I've just been growing an isolation mullet, but now I want to get this like I have pretty much 0 on the side and then stuff at the top. I just want to change my whole look, and can be very impressionable with my surroundings. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Blake loves that show and has recommended it a bit. But with a cast like that, like I can understand why it is so good.
Yeah, and like when I just can't get over how good Sam Neill was in as well. Like he plays, I guess, like he plays a cop, but like he's like the enemy of the Peaky Blinders because there's 3 brothers and then they have a gang. And as much as I was saying before, I like bad guys. I like the Peaky Blinders, but I really like Sam Neill in it. Like he just is such a good actor, and even when he does bad things, I'm like, okay, you've nailed this role. He plays like an Irish or a Northern Irishman as well, so the accent's really good. You wouldn't pick that he was from Australia, and good to see Aussie talent doing well, you know?
When you mentioned the sort of the fashion, like that makes me think of when I watched Suits.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Like that made me go out and buy like three new suits. Stupid.
I remember watching Suits and being like, oh, I want to have a job where I wear a suit, and then I got a job and I had to wear not a suit, but I still like a button-up shirt and pants, and it was summer, and I was like, oh, this is bad. I can't deal with it. I was like sweating everywhere. So I guess in Northern England these suits work, and in New York where Suits was set but wasn't filmed. New York? Yeah, New York where Suits wasn't filmed, you can get away with suits, but in a hot Australian climate, as a hairier guy, I'm not good with wearing long clothes in summer. It's not a vibe at all.
Yeah, suits in summer are horrid, but in winter they're really nice.
Yeah, you get a nice jacket as well, and just need like a summer suit.
Yeah, I went and bought a whole heap of new clothes this week, which was a bit silly, but I needed to update the wardrobe. Spent $300.
Nah, you need to buy clothes. Oh man, I got some new clothes recently from the NRL shop. Cotton On have done a collab with the NRL, and they released all this line of merchandise for all of the teams, and it's like good looking merch. So I bought, obviously being a Sharks fan like yourself, I bought like a jumper and like a t-shirt, and quite cool looking like clothes rather than looking like a full footy fan. I can walk around in like this nice Cronulla Sharks t-shirt I have, it has stripes, and funnily enough, since I received it, they've won 3 games on the trot. So I'm not saying, but there's a weird coincidence that I've been wearing these clothes and we're on a winning streak. So I'm not putting anything out there, but we're going to beat Penrith again this week, I promise you.
So what you're saying is you're not allowed to take that shirt off now?
No, I wear it for game days, and that's the only time I'm allowed to wear it. And I'm superstitious, and we're 3 from 3, and we're looking good. I'm going to wear it until we lose.
Yeah, smart. I do the same when I get something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like everyone.
We're winning. I got to keep wearing the exact same outfit every game day.
Yep. I'm very superstitious like that, and I can only do it with one sport as well. Like I guess I tried to do it for Chelsea for years, but gave up on that. So yeah, superstition and sport. It's a thing. You don't believe it? Yeah, even like players and stuff get superstitious. You look at some players that
absolutely, Yeah, I saw the photo of the shirt. It looks like it's just like a classic sort of business polo, and just with the Sharks logo.
Yeah, and the jump is cool. It's like black. And then halfway down the sleeves, it's grey. It turns into a grey sleeve, and it's very warm. And might have to buy some more, depending if when we lose, then I'll buy some more because I'll obviously need a new good luck charm. That or buy the Sharks Indigenous jersey, which looks the best one they've done in a while.
Yeah, no, that's the sort of like supporter merch that I like. The stuff that unless you like looking specifically for it or know exactly what it is, you're not going to spot it from a mile away, knowing that that's what it's for.
Yeah, yesterday I was watching the game and the Sharks fan walked past me. I was like, oh, hey, man. And then he just kept on walking. I was like, go to the Sharks. And then I was going to the toilet and he was coming in the toilet and he like bumped into me and he looked at my shirt. He goes, oh, Sharks fan. And yeah, until you're like right there, it's just something you can wear casually. And that's what I'm saying. It's not so much footy fan. It's more footy style, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same with like wrestling merch. Like I only buy the shirts that the print is sort of more artistic. It's not in your face a wrestling shirt. Yeah,
unless you're going to an event or like whether it's watching something live or like a band meet or something and you want to go full kit or whatever, it's just good to have nice subtle ways to show support. That's why I have a few pub t-shirts and they're always more subtle than, and they've got like a little like their name and then something on the back, but if you've got a jacket on people can't really tell. So yeah, more subtle's the better, I reckon. Still showing support, but not over the top. That's until they see our Cronulla Sharks tattoos.
Luckily, mine's on my foot and no one can see it unless I take my shoes off.
Yeah, mine's on my leg, so if I'm wearing pants, you can't see it.
Top tip, feet tattoos hurt a lot.
Is it on the top of your foot?
Yeah, it sucked.
Oh, I've heard that. Oh,
it sucked so bad.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'll let you have the foot tattoo. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon.
But they won the premiership, so I had to go and do it. So.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What would be your top recommendation for the week?
I'd probably say Love Life, just because it's a nice, easy show. I love New York, and honestly, who doesn't love a rom-com? You might say you don't, but everyone will have a soft spot for it. So yeah, let's go with Love Life.
Awesome. And for me, it's hard because I seem to have stumbled across 3 really good ones this week. But I have to go with Hamilton just because it absolutely lived up to the hype, and the hype was huge. So for it to do that was pretty special.
Awesome. Okay. I will. When we have our next conversation, I will have watched it and I'll give you my feedback. I promise you on that.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you everybody for listening to the commentary booth. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to rate, review and subscribe on iTunes because that really helps us. You can follow me on social media at JamieAppsMedia, and you can follow Jaxon over on Twitter at Deckhead.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, and do you mind if I put a plug in for my Dry July?
No, go for it.
So every year for Dry July, I've been raising money, but this year, this is my 10th, I'm actually going to match any donation that's made and donate it to an Indigenous charity of the donor's choice, and that'll be up to a total of $500 donations in total. So I've already raised about $150, and people are sending charities. I'm going to start matching those donations. So I'd appreciate it if anyone's listening, and even a couple of bucks goes a long way. So yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thanks.
The Commentary Booth is a fan-funded production of Jamie Apps Media. You can support the podcast alongside our magazine Jam Zine over on Patreon at patreon.com/JamieAppsMedia. The following people supported at the Jam publisher level or higher, and you cannot fathom how incredibly appreciative we are for their support. Brian and June Hart, Courtney Paulson, Tracy Apps.